Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates about your lovely Zeeworld update. So the last update about once there was a king. Grandma begins to suspect that Rani is related to Gayatri and Grandma goes to Rani's house. Let's continue. Rani holds the family frame in her hand and Grandma isn't able to see it. There outside, a lady holds Rani in her arms inquiring if she had food in time. Grandma thinks of the lady to be Rani's mother. Raja takes Grandma away as he didn't want Rani's secret about working in the palace disclosed. The king's mother also jacks her first thought out of her mind. Grandma in her room wonders when would Raja get old and become an enemy of Carl. Carl comes in and considered Grandma's brought up to be responsible for the change in Raja. He assures to become a good father for him now. Grandma thinks that it is Rani's company that is spoiling Raja. In the kitchen, Rani comes to the other maid, Gulabo, who felt dizzy. Gulabo says that she is really hungry. Rani offers her peanut and help her in cleaning of the floor. The king's mother apologized to the manager not being able to work anymore. The manager tells the king's mother that she is about to win the gift and she must not back out. She can get a gift worth 300 at the end of the month. The other ladies heard about this. Rani serves the food to everyone. Carl calls Raja towards him. Rani was happy. Carl asks him to read the English poem. Rani nods at him. Raja smiles and reads the poem about appreciation of love. They all clap fascinated. Carl appreciates Raja and boasts about his son. He gifted money to Raja. Rageshwari slaps Jivan and takes him inside. Amrita comes to Raja and caresses him. Gulabo comes there and fell down nearby. Grandma says that she just fell down. Rani tells her that she hasn't eaten since morning. Grandma says that servants here only eat once in this palace. She must only bring water for her. Rani argues that when so much quantity of food is cooked, then why can't servants eat more than once although they work all day long? Grandma comes to her and tells her that the masters are masters and servants are always servants. She takes Raja along. In the room, Rajeshwari tells Jivan that now he has become the second brother. She has to become better than Raja in everything. A servant gets a file to Carl saying it contains the thumbprint of all the people who have mortgaged their lands to Almacott's government. He is safe if this file is safe. Jivan watches this. Jivan comes to be friends with Raja. Raja demands him to do friendship with his friends too. He comes to shake hands with Rani as well and asks to play a game with him. Jivan challenges everyone to keep their hand over a burning candle for the longest. The girls back up, but Jivan challenges Raja and shows him his turn. Jivan gives Raja his turn. Bindu stops Raja but he accepted the challenge. Rani also forbids Raja, but Jivan calls him coward. Rani leaves with Bindu. Raja insisted that he isn't a coward. Jivan burns the candle. Carl was coming towards the room. Raja holds his hand over the candle. Jivan stares at him for a while, then drops the candle over the fowl and runs away. Raja tries to blow out the fire on the fowl. Carl reaches there and he was angry over Raja. Jivan enjoys the insult. Carl beats Raja with his stick. Rani puts ointment over his bruises and asks if he cannot think with his brain. Jivan can never be better. Why he did not tell Carl about it? Raja says it is of no use. Rani was determined not to stay silent and leaves. Rani advocates for the servants in front of Grandma that they must get food 3 times a day. Grandma accepted on a condition that Rani would do what she asked her for. A workman comes and inquires from the king's mother where she learnt the royal family's embroidery. Only the royals know about it. Maybe the people in the palace like it and decided to gift her for this. The ladies gossip about it and they plan against the king's mother. Rageshwari comes to Grandma. Rageshwari complains to Grandma that she agreed to get her son a punishment in spite of Rani. Grandma reminds her about going to marry Nikitan without her permission. She wants Rageshwari not to go there again. Grandma tells Rageshwari that the girl's name is Rani Gayatri. Be Gayatri 7 or 27. She can move foundation of the palace. She can end her by suffocating her too. But firstly, she needs to break her courage and she knows well how it can be done. Rani comes to Raja and boasts about winning everything. Raja was sure that she would win the challenge. She has to suffer so much because of Jivan. Rani was determined to beat Jivan by feeding him from the kitchen. They all watch Jivan as he steals the sweet mixed with Jamal Gota. Jivan holds his stomach. Rageshwari and Carl comes to the hall. Rageshwari asks him to read the poem to Carl. Jivan insisted that there can be trouble and he jumps. Both Rageshwari and Kal scold him to read the poem and stand still. Rageshwari demands for something that makes Kal happy. Jivan fought and ran away. Both Kal and Rageshwari were angry. Raja stops Jivan in the corridor. Rani and Bindu stop him. They demand a sorry from Jivan and the football. Jivan says sorry and gets into the washroom. Rageshwari heard this all. She wonders why Gayatri doesn't leave her alone. The ladies in the factory place the king's mother's bundle of clothes to dye in. The manager scolds the king's mother and asks her to work more than others in the next 2 days if she wants to win this competition. The king's mother cries, thinking about her struggles. Lakan watches her there. Rageshwari apologizes to Grandma. She tells Grandma that only she can beat that Rani. Grandma thinks about Raja telling her that she has kept a pet, Kali Prasad. Grandma laughs evilly. Rani runs outside. Grandma asks her to hear her challenge first. Grandma asks Rani to give her the most beloved things to her, reading it to her in riddle. If she judged the riddle, she will win, and if she did not, then she might not only lose the meal of these people, but her job as well. Rani sits with Kali Prasad repeating the riddle. She asks for help from her puppy, else no one in the palace will get food 3 times a day. Lakan smiles at the king's mother. The king's mother asks where he brought this machine. Lakan says that it has been indebted from the nearby tailor. They will win this competition. Rani asks that what is it about 300 and if the king's mother has been doing a job. The king's mother nods that yes. Rani asks why. She already knows that she is not fine. Rani comes to hug her from distance. Lakan brings the king's mother to the sewing machine. Rani helps Lakan and the king's mother at home. There is a guard from the palace that steals Kali Prasad. That is Rani's dog. Thank you for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like my video and please share it and also subscribe to this channel for more updates about Zeeworld. Thank you.